My ideal story for The Last of Us Part 3 video game. Plot twist: Joel isn't murdered. All were led to believe he died in part to, but no, his end was fake to protect Ellie and Jackson from who he believed to be the Fireflies returning to take Ellie and attack. 30 years have passed since we saw Ellie walk away, after discovering Dina and JJ had left the family home.
You go halfway across the country with someone. She needed her
Ellie
immunity.
decides to return to Jackson to speak to Dina, only to find the place under attack by hunters. While searching for Dina, Ellie is grabbed by a man. She quickly learns the man is JJ, Dina's son. Dina has been kidnapped by the hunters. These aren't hunters, these are.
Do right by her. And then we made it.
Fireflies. JJ
Firefly.
is immune. It was learned from old records. From a trip to the hospital when JJ was a child. But he's not immune like Ellie. The fungus isn't growing on his brain. He's a cure for mankind and won't lose his life. Ellie agreed to help him find his mother Dina and take him to the Fireflies. Along the way they learn he is wanted by a gang known as the Rogues.
What are you doing?
Exile.
I won't let you take her. This is our future. Think of all the lives we'll save.
They want him dead or alive to collect the bounty for his blood. Also fighting this gang is Abby. Ellie finds Abby taking cover nearby in an abandoned building. Ellie and JJ approach, and a conversation and flashbacks from the past take place. Ellie explains to Abby the situation with JJ. Abby knows where the Fireflies are and agrees to help. Many weeks pass and the group stumble on an old farmhouse. They decide to take refuge there the night. They are cold, tired, and hungry as they get closer to the door. They are greeted by an old man pointing a loaded weapon. Ellie and the man recognize each other. Ellie.
Cover the exit. Don't let him get away.
The man shouts. She responds with tears in her eyes. Joel, she replies, how are you alive? We buried you. Joel asks the group to come inside where he explains everything. And this gives Abby a chance to apologize. We see some flashbacks of both games. Then the group settle down for the night in front of a log fire and the food Joel had cooked. It's morning and Joel is determined to come.
What does Ellie know?
I told her they just ran some tests.
Along to help. I'm old, but not dead, he says with a cheeky smile on his face. The group plod on. Days pass. The group stumble on an old library. Books scattered on the floor, some torn with age and covered in dust in the center.
And she believed you?
I didn't say otherwise.
We should head back.
The group look around for supplies. Joel finds a spot to fix up the weapons they have and is able to make a few nail bombs. He is somewhat pleased with himself and says, I still got it, referring to his skill for making weapons and fixing them up. While searching for supplies, JJ finds the kitchen on a counter. JJ spots a bag. He looks inside to find it full of food. Bonus, he says to himself. Jay returns to the rest of the group with the bag of food. We can eat, JJ says. The other look relieved. They grab some chairs or whatever they could find to sit on and begin to eat. While halfway through eating, Ellie spots a man acting like he's lost something as he's looking around frantically. Sash, get down, says Abby. The man spots them and shouts in here, that's our food. They have taken our food. A group of rugged-looking men head towards Joel. The rest take cover in order to ambush the attackers. The disturbance alerts a bunch of infected. One of the men is grabbed by a clicker. The sound barking and screams from the infected ring out throughout the library. During the fight, Abby is recognized by someone she knows, someone she saved many years before. Abby, is that really you? Said the man. It's me, Lev. Lev is just as skilled with the bow as he was as a child, all those years ago. Lev and Abby had lost contact, by now reunited as he joins their group on the mission to save Dina and take JJ to the Fireflies. He helps the rest fight the infected and the attackers. Let's get a move on, Ellie says. We are almost there. Ask many battles and lots of hard walking. They eventually come across a tall, large building filled with mirror-like windows. This must be it, says JJ. Let's take a look, says Joel. They found the Fireflies. Ellie noticed the uniform on one of the guards outside. Drop your weapon, the guard demands. What's your business here? He asks. I've come for my mom, Dina, says JJ. Realizing who they are, the guard brings them inside. Once inside, Ellie begins to look around for Dina and hope that she will find her, and they can start what they finished many years before. Suddenly, Ellie's gaze spots a woman. She recognizes Dina. She says to herself. Ellie begins to approach the woman. You got old, Ellie says, and reaches out to touch Dina's face. Dina pulls her head away from Ellie's hand and says, you abandoned us a long time ago. Dina then recognizes JJ and thought to herself, Ellie must have brought him here. Ellie must have kept him safe. Thank God he's alive. Dina and Ellie embrace a tight hug that seemed to last for hours. I still love you, says Ellie, and I love you too, said Dina. Let's try again. They both look around and notice everybody appears so happy for them with smiles on their faces.
They really got you. Great.
Are you ready to do this? Joel says to JJ. He smiles, lets out a sigh, and nods his head. He turns to Joel and says, we have come this far. I'm not leaving now. JJ then gives a nod of agreement to one of the guards. Oh, let's get you prepped for surgery, the guard says. A few hours later, the good news arrives. They have the cure for Mencken without any loss of more life.